Sidigas Avellino, who are challenging the established order in Spain and Italy respectively. All the new talent factories of Cibona Zagreb and Megalex. All the newcomers of KK Mornar. Well, Group D will be a battlefield between teams that are looking to reinvent themselves, or those starting on a new footing this season. So as you can see, the matches that are being played in Group D today, there's 3 of them. Cibona against Iberostar Tenerife, the match that we are focusing on here, and no doubt this arena will start to fill up in the next few minutes. We've got just under 10 minutes before tip-off, so the team's just completing their warm-up and the formalities that will go before the match gets underway. Well, the Drazen Petrovic Basketball Hall was initially built back in 1987 and was simply known as the Cibona Sports Centre, but in 1993 it was renamed after the late former NBA player and Basketball Hall of Famer Drazen Petrovic, a former Cibona star who tragically died earlier that same year in a car accident, cutting his great career short. It's got a capacity of around 5,500, and the number 10 shirt has since been retired. So let's take a look at the 2 rosters then, and we'll start with the Iberostar Tenerife roster. You look at the likes of Fran Vasquez there, the number 17, a big powerful centre, plenty of experience, 33 years of age now. He's been around for ages, and they'll be looking for him to try and dictate things. But Cibona are full of young stars, young talent. There is Elijah Johnson. Slavica, their main man, Ante Žižić. It's not many teams that rely on a 19-year-old, though, to pull their strings. But Cibona Zagreb have in Ante Žižić. There he is, number 41, you can see, 2 meters 10. Just 19 years of age. He's not 20 until January, but he is a potential superstar. And he comes into this in incredible form as well. He had a massive game against Skopje Aerodrome in the ABA League at the weekend, where he scored 37 points and grabbed 20 boards as well. He is someone that will look to run the floor and put up big numbers. This Iberostar Tenerife side have started brilliantly this season. They're only one of 14 teams in the Basketball Champions League who are unbeaten so far. They've played 4 matches in the Liga Endesa and have won all 4 of them. 3 of their 4 matches have been won by double digits as well. They've won both home matches by 15 and 22 points respectively, and their away matches have been won by 11 and 5 points. So they have come here to win, and they'll be looking to try and put this young and hugely exciting Cibona Zagreb side under pressure early on. Always important to start well in tournaments, especially a tournament like this where these guys would have been looking forward to this for so long. It's such an exciting event, and there's been many changes to its format since it was first presented all the way back in March. We have finally all the tournaments ready to go, and I'll just explain how it's going to work this year. So the group stage games, there are 5 groups consisting of 8 teams in each group. 14 match days on a weekly basis, played every Tuesday and Wednesday between now and the end of January, where each team will play each other home and away. So Zagreb will have to travel to Spain at some stage. And once the group stage games have been completed, 24 teams then advance through to the playoffs. And there are 2 playoff rounds. This is where it gets a little confusing. The 5 group winners and the 3 best ranked second place teams, they advance directly into the playoff round 2, whereas the other 16 teams face each other in 8 games home and away, with the winners also then advancing to the playoff round 2. And from there it's a simple knockout system where teams play each other home and away until we have a final 4. This is the last phase of the season. It will be held over a single weekend at the back end of April. The semi-final games are played on the Friday evening, and then Sunday starts with the third place game, followed by the championship game. That is Jesus Vidareta. The Cibona coach, Damir Muljamarovic, is 42 years of age, and he had good success as a player as well. He had a couple of spells as a player at Cibona. There he is. In 1994 to 1998, he then had another one-year spell between 2007 and 2008. Started his coaching career at his hometown club of Sloboda Tuzla in 2013, and then in December of 2015 he took over at Cibona. They will be trying to rely on their home support here, will Zagreb, to try and get them over the line. Fortunately for them, they do face a team who is high on confidence at the moment after the start they've made to this season. It's very difficult to call where this game's going to go. Two very talented sides. Well, Cibona, they compete in the Adriatic League, which features clubs from Bosnia and Herzegovina, Croatia, Macedonia, Montenegro, Serbia and Slovenia. And Cibona have also started well this season. They've played 5 matches themselves. They've won 4 of them and lost just the 1. They last won the Adriatic League back in 2013-14 under Slaven Rimac, despite being under huge financial constraint. As a result of winning the league, Cibona actually had a direct spell into the Euro League, but had to withdraw from it in order to stabilise financially. Fortunately, that's not the case in the Basketball Champions League. Since winning the league back in 2014, they haven't really been able to challenge for the title again since. They finished 11th the season after, and last season they finished down in 8th place. Good to see the youngsters in, try and inspire the next generation to perhaps get on the floor themselves in a couple of years' time. Always exciting though, a new tournament. No one quite knows what it's going to bring, but it's always great for these players to be competing on the European stage and playing sides from different cultures, different basketball philosophies. There are the 3 officials for the match today. So some final words from both coaches before Cibona Zagreb and Iberostar Tenerife get their Basketball Champions League campaigns underway. Even the referee just having a little bit of a practice at his ball toss there. So we are about to get started. All the excitement, all the nerves that have been building over the last few months. All the players want to do is get out onto the court and do what they're paid to do. And now they finally can do just that. Georgis Bogris will be jumping for Iberostar, but it is Zizic who's won the ball. And we're off and running. Cibona Zagreb with the first possession. 3-2 zone already on defense for Iberostar. Tries to find Savic for the 3, and well, Cibona are adamant that they should get the ball back there. And I think there has just been change of decision there. Zagreb are going to get the ball back. Here is their main man, Zizic. They want to get him the ball as often as possible. Puts up the long three. Can they get the rebound? Last touch was off Iberostar Tenerife. So once again, Cibona Zagreb will get possession back. And we've got a reset to 14. Savic trying to put it up. Finally, Tenerife get the ball. Good defense though already from the visitors. Not letting anything easy for Cibona in the early stages. Foul is called on Johnson. 26 years of age now, Elijah Johnson. He played college basketball at the University of Kansas. Joined Cibona in August of this year. San Miguel puts up the long three and makes it. Marius Grigonis with the first points. Elijah Johnson. Good perimeter defense again from Iberostar Tenerife. Difficult shot, rims out, but gets a friendly roll, and his first 2 points. Difficult shot that he tried there, but nice friendly roll. Grigonis again. Stolen by Johnson. May well just be a bit of a nervy start to proceedings here. Here's the big man, Ante Zizic. Oh, what a shot, banks it in. And Ante Zizic is off the mark, the young 19-year-old. And he is someone that we're all looking forward to watching as this Basketball Champions League progresses. Nice pass, thought about putting up the three. Now he surely will, but he just fumbled it. He did in the end, and very nearly made it. Made his first one, did Grigonis. Elijah Johnson coming back the other way into Zizic. They're just going to try and get it into Zizic in the post as often as they possibly can, and he's fouled. So difficult to stop. 6'11", Ante Zizic. Was selected 23rd overall by the Boston Celtics in the 2016 NBA draft, but he's decided to stay at Cibona just one more season before heading to the NBA. Makes the first, misses the second. Cibona out to a 5-3 lead in the opening couple of minutes here. It's a poor pass, although I think it did just take a little deflection off Simovic on the way through. Tenerife will get the ball back. Grigonis, very active so far, throws it away though, almost stolen straight back. And the foul is called on Shakic. Got away with one there really, did Cibona. Pretty careless with the ball. San Miguel will inbound for Tenerife. Thought about the three, good defense by Shakic, goes past him easily though, and Grigonis in plenty of space, knocks down his second three already. And he's off to a really good start here. Lovely pass, banks it in on the layup. Elijah Johnson. And a good positive start from both these sides in attack so far. This man's looked dangerous, Marius Grigonis. Thought about it again, lovely ball movement, knocks it up and knocks it down. Lethal from the three-point line so far. Aaron Dornekamp. Really exciting player is Aaron Dornekamp, 30 years of age, but huge experience. One of the greatest players ever in Carleton University Ravens men's basketball team history. Won the national championship in 2005, 6 and 7. So Bogris is just going to take a seat. Helps it on to Sakic. The perimeter defense again from Cibona. Tighten up in these kind of areas. There's too many easy threes being given away, and they knock down another one. This time it's Abrometis who knocks down the three. They're absolutely killing Cibona from the perimeter so far. They open up a 5-point lead already with 4.5 minutes played in this opening quarter. Was called on Fran Vasquez. I think he just got caught in two minds there. He's going to throw up the alley-oop, and beautiful little floater, and makes it. So even for all Tenerife's three-pointers, Cibona doing well in an attacking sense as well. They cut the lead to just 3 now. Grigonis started really confidently, tried the little inside pass to Fran Vasquez. Good deflection off Cibona player though. Tenerife get the ball back. 7 on the clock. See Fran Vasquez and the coach just telling them all just to calm down a little bit. It was always going to be like this, the opening quarter. Everyone would have been so excited for the Basketball Champions League to get underway, and it was inevitable that nerves were going to be flowing a little bit. It was just going to be slightly hectic. So Elijah Johnson makes way, and Marinelli, Paolo Marinelli, comes in. Good screen. Yeah, San Miguel puts up the three and an air ball. First one they've missed, I think, but now a quick break down the other end in transition given away and a turnover, and now it's transition down the other end. Decides to take on the three, misses an open one. And defensive board by Sakic. Personal already for Fran Vasquez. He's not too happy about the call. Yeah, it's a pretty obvious one though, really. And the only way to stop Ante Žižić though. So we've still got 19 on the shot clock here. Cibona trail by 3. Do well to keep hold of it. A pretty silly foul though. given away by Tenerife. Karam Bassas, the man who's given it away. He'll need to do that. He wasn't going anywhere. Just given Cibona the ball back in from the foul line. It's a nice friendly roll. Rosic makes just 1 from 2. Rebound from Dornekamp. A 2-point game with just over 4 left in this first quarter. Great defense, blocked. And he grabs the board himself as well. Flies down the other end, open 3. And just rims out. Rebound by Tenerife. It's a really good quick break though by the home side. Gets a little fortunate, lovely pass, open 3 for Dornekamp. Again, just rims out, offensive board though. And a foul is called on Slavica. Two for Abromitis from the line. Another American. He's a terrific student athlete, Abromitis. Twice named an academic All-American whilst he was at college. His dad actually played for Real Madrid as well. Stretch it to 4 again to Tenerife. Here's Ante Žižić, who they've managed to keep relatively quiet for the time being. Mamadou Niang is called for the foul, his first. As I said, sometimes it is the only way you can stop the young 19-year-old. Živic's childhood hero was Dino Raja. Really big loss for them though, when he does eventually go to the NBA and join up with the Boston Celtics. Back against the roll. We've seen a few friendly rolls so far. So cuts it to 2. Started as tightly as I was fully expecting here. Very little to separate between the two sides at the moment. Just need to try and get a little tighter on the perimeter defense to Cibona. Too many open 3s for Tenerife in the early part of it, and he's drawn the foul. Joksimovic with his first. He's claiming that he did nothing wrong, and a bit of a grin from the coach as well. So Grigonis, who started well. That wasn't what he had in mind. Misses both. Just over 3 left in the opening quarter here. Joksimovic, the home support beginning to show their voice, try and inspire their side on. Javier Beran called on the foul. both and ties it up here with 2:55 left, 14 points all. Already had a lead of 5 for Tenerife so far. Here's Will Hanley. Will Hanley in a bit of space, thought about the 3, but did well to get out to him quickly. That's a tough shot, he's made it as well. That's a brilliant shot, banks it in. And Javier Beran gives Tenerife the lead once again, 16-14. A couple of really difficult shots have been made already. Happy to let him have the long 3 and makes it. Nothing but. Well, it's been called as a 2. I thought it was a 3, but scoreboard suggests that it was just a long 2 instead from Marinelli. Defensive rebound, but last touch was off Tenerife. Amadou Niang. Maybe just a bit of sweat that has dripped out on court. Obviously can be very dangerous if the court gets a little slippery. Joksimovic, double teamed, great pass, Joksimovic. Couldn't quite make the little floater and rebounded by the visitors. Lovely pass though by Joksimovic to get him inside. See Vidoretta, the coach, absolutely barking instructions on. Count it and 1 for Mamadou Niang. Terrific play down under. Beautiful little shimmy and terrific make with the left hand. Can't make the 3-point play, and rebounded by Rosic, and now in transition down the other end, Joksimovic. Lovely pass to Ante Žižić, and he couldn't quite get it to go. Niang called on the foul. That is exactly where they want Ante Žižić to get the ball, to be able to put up the layups underneath, and very nearly had an and 1 opportunity. But he will shoot 2. Second, 6 points already then for Ante Žižić. And we're into the final 60 seconds of the opening quarter here. Just a 1-point game. Throws up the pass and makes it, lovely. Will Hanley, his first points of the match. 3-point game now. Joksimovic into Ante Žižić. This is where they want him. Did well to recover there, Žižić. Puts up the long 3 and very nearly makes it. Rebound, though, by Javier Beran. Niang. Seven seconds left on the shot clock. They've got to get it away. Time is running out, and I think he's turned it over here. Bassas, did he just go out of play? May well have done. So he got 7.3 seconds remaining. Cibona with the opportunity of leveling it up in this first quarter, throws up the three, just can't make an offensive rebound though. And that will be that then. So a really good, entertaining first quarter of basketball. Nothing really to separate these two sides. We thought it was going to be close, and the scoreboard certainly suggests that it is going to be. And the fans have been treated. Some really good shooting early on from the three-point line as well. Marius Grigonis started brilliantly. Three-point game so far. Iberostar Tenerife leading 2017. Let's take a look at the stats then. Cibona, you can see, shooting 66%. But Tenerife, 4 from 8 from downtown. And they're out rebounding Tenerife as well. 8 rebounds to 4 so far in Cibona's favour. Turning the ball over slightly more though. 3 turnovers to 1. I think both sides will be relatively happy with the way they've started here. Grigonis came out absolutely firing on all cylinders, made back-to-back big shots. This is where they want their wonder kid to be though. Ante Zizic, 6 points already for the big man. Grigonis there again to knock it down. Obviously still a long way to go in this Basketball Champions League. This is the first round of matches. We've got matches every single week until the end of January. 8 teams in each group. Throws up the long three. Thought he was fouled, I think, but nothing called. And the rebound collected by Bosniak. Marinelli puts up the 2. Beautiful jump shot by Marinelli. He's Davin White, explosive player for Tenerife. Only 6'1", 34 years of age now, and beautiful. That's what he can do. He actually plays in the basketball tournament, as it's known. Plays for Team 23, which is an open application, single elimination tournament played each summer in the USA. Oh, beautiful from Niang, rejected. And now down the other end in transition with an open 3. Count it. Brilliant from Niang. And Bassas there to knock down the 3, and now they've all of a sudden stretched their lead to 6. Marinelli thought about the 3, and he's been called on a travel. So he's turned it over as Shakic. Great pass from Bedan, but net. Bedan looking for Niang inside, sets up the screen. Niang gets it. Lovely little pass from Davin White. White gets it back, looking for the step back 3. Really good defense and throws it up. He had to because of the shot clock. And in the end, it's now Cibona down the other end in transition. Terrific fast break, and Choric gets his first points. All spanned from terrific defense down the other end for Cibona. Dornekamp. Now Bassas, screen again from Niang, and well, if he could have found Niang, he would have had an easy put away too. Suljamanovic is called on the foul. See what he tried to do. Just feed it into the path of the big man. Bassas, Dornekamp. They've let him have an open three, and you cannot afford to allow Aaron Dornekamp that amount of space. And he knocks down his second three-pointer. 2 from 4 from the outside now. Throws up the jumper, really good. Good response, closes it to 5. Important for Cibona to stay in touch here. Tenerife shooting really well from the outside. Dornekamp again, allowed to travel a long way, banks it in. And we've got the biggest lead of the match so far. It's out to 7 now. Dornekamp with his 8 points. Devin White called for a personal. This is Dornekamp down the other end. Great finish. See the surprise on Devin White's face when he was called for the foul there. Caught the eye in the Basketball Bundesliga back in 2012-13, where he was the leading scorer, Devin White. Marius Grigonis. Good defense, shot clock down to 4, makes it. Terrific from Beran. Cibona needed to get a couple of stops there. Defense has just gone wandering a little bit, and Tenerife are exploiting that. Just every time they're coming forward at the moment, they're making at least 2. And everyone is scoring as well. We've got a timeout call. He doesn't sound too happy. Muljamanovic. See Marinelli leading the way with 6 points. Šakić with 4. They need to get Žižić in the game a lot more. He's coming into this on the back of 37 points and 20 boards on the weekend. Just been on the periphery of the match so far. Grigonis has certainly started hot. He will certainly be the happier of the 2 coaches so far. Jesus Vidoreta, been in charge of teams such as Bilbao Basket and Estudiantes before coming to Tenerife back in 2015. It's Cibona with a bit of work to do. Got a 9-point game at the moment. Tenerife 32, Cibona 23. Foul is called on San Miguel. He's not too happy about that decision. I think he may well have thought that it was an offensive foul being called. You can see San Miguel thought that his arm was taken away from him. A 14-second reset. Turnover by Zizic though. Really good hustling by Tenerife. Choric called on the foul, his first. Just over 5 remaining in this first half. Important for Cibona to stay in touch. It's cool for the fans to have some midweek basketball to look forward to. Just come in here after work and soak it all in, and I'm sure as the Basketball Champions League goes on, as the season progresses and you get more and more people talking about it, you'll have more and more people come in and start watching it. Floater from Grigonis, and he can't miss at the moment. Marius Grigonis has started beautifully, although he looks in a bit of trouble here, and this is the last thing that Tenerife want. The start that he's made has been absolutely fantastic, the Lithuanian. He may well have just landed slightly awkwardly on his right leg there as he threw the 2 down. Just take a look, did he land awkwardly on his... Oh yeah, you can see his ankle just turn right over on it. And this is horrible news for Iberostar Tenerife. He started like a train. And I'll be surprised if we see Marius Grigonis again this match. That looked a really painful one. Certainly not in this first half. I think it's best if he just sits down and tries to shake it off and see whether we can get him back out on court in the second half. Ante Zizic. Zizic turned, but he's double teamed, and last touch was off Cibona. Javier Beran. Choric called on the foul. Disappointing foul to give away. There was only 5 seconds left on the shot clock, and now they've got a 14-second reset now. Lovely pass from San Miguel, great ball movement, and just can't get the roll. Zizic with the board. Cibona coming down the other end. They need to start making some shots, especially when they've had a miss down the other end. And a foul is called on Bogris. Important couple of free throws here after they've just got the stop down the other end. Zelko Sakic played for Cibona youth team but never really got an opportunity. Very nearly went on to quit basketball in 2007, but was then offered a lifeline with Zagreb. Spent time all over the place: Bosnia, Italy, Spain, Bulgaria. Javier Beran. He was hoping Fran Vasquez would make the move. Good defense so far for Cibona. Down to 5 seconds on the clock. Vasquez throws up the long 2. Offensive rebound by Dornekamp, and he knocks it down. Great work from Aaron Dornekamp. Stretches the lead to 11. Shakic down low, lovely little right hook, but just couldn't quite get it to go. Davin White can come away with the ball. Not the rather imposing figure of Ante Žižić defending him. Foul has been called. Looks like it's been called on Elijah Johnson. We've got a 14-second reset then for Iberostar Tenerife. They'll be sweating on the injury to Marius Grigonis. And you sense that Cibona really have to try and take advantage of his absence for the remainder of this second quarter. We've got over 3 minutes and just couldn't quite make the shot. Žižić grabs the rebound. 20 rebounds domestically on the weekend did Ante Žižić. Rosic throws up the three and just doesn't get the roll. And Dornekamp is there to grab the board. San Miguel open three for Beiran and again doesn't get the roll. Žižić is back there with the defensive board now. Elijah Johnson, good powerful run from him, and there wasn't a bad foul in the end from Fran Vasquez. If he hadn't have made it, it would have been a two-pointer. Gonna go and make him shoot some twos instead. Well, can they get a couple of stops and make a few themselves in the final few minutes of this first half? Žižić and Niang just having their own personal little battle, and makes the offensive rebound. But, an offensive foul has been called, I think. Oh, it's goaltending called, I think. So they count the points. Tried to make the most of it, Niang. Yeah, makes it just about. I think everyone was expecting the call, it didn't come, and Mamadou Niang is there to make it a double-digit game once again. Shakic. Dornekamp is called on the foul. He's not too happy with the decision. Time in Germany before coming to Iberostar in June of this year, did Aaron Dornekamp. Actually won silver last year at the Pan American Games with Canada as well. Shakic makes the first. Good thing for Cibona is that they're not letting Tenerife just get away from them. They're staying in touch and cut it to 8. Prometis is back in the game. And they need to get a couple of stops now, Cibona. Still no sign of Marius Grigonis. Davin White, open three. Did well to get out there and made no difference. San Miguel knocks it down and once again increases their lead to 11. It was just a little slow to get out to San Miguel there. He's a very promising, was a very promising player many years ago, and Just an experienced player that always seems to deliver. Signed from Murcia back in 2014, did Rodrigo San Miguel. So timeout has been called with 1:39 on the clock.
The ball screen, the first ball screen directly.
See if we can listen in.
Attack the close out or random ball screen, second and third. Ahora hemos atacado bien el close out, triple. Antes David, penetración. Eso es, anticipamos en el poste bajo, que siempre nos pitan falta, si no. They always call foul. En ataque. Now.
Very conscious of the TV camera there, wasn't he? Didn't want us getting wind of his plays and his tactics. Miljemerovic just a little more lax on that front. So 1:39 remaining in the half. Tenerife with an 11-point advantage at the moment. San Miguel. Dornekamp, who's been really, really good in this first half so far. Davin White, shot clock down to 3. Needs to get the shot away. Davin White throws up the long 3, tries to bank it in, doesn't make it. And oh, they get lucky, they get the ball back to Tenerife. That'll be really frustrating for Cibona. I think it just came off Domagoj Bosniak. So another opportunity then, 14-second reset. They throw it up straight away, makes it, long 2 from Tim Abromitis. 13-point lead now into the final 60 seconds. Cibona need a couple of makes and a stop as well in here. Rosic gives it away. Niang with the steal, and now the fast break down the other end. Davin White is fouled and will go to the line. And they've got to be careful, Cibona, because at the moment this match is just getting away from them. Another timeout called. Has some big things to think about here, does Damir Miljemerovic. These things are not going to plan in their first Basketball Champions League group game. The good thing is that there are plenty of matches still to go. 13 more match days there are. They are in Group D, a group consisting of the likes of Sirigas Avellino, Juventus Utena, KK Mornar, Telenet Ustende, SIG Strasbourg, and Megalex as well. So 46 seconds we've got left as Davin White is just about to shoot 2. Make the second, but largest lead of the match so far. It's up to 14. And Iberostar Tenerife that's given it away. And sure, they're very lucky. He's done really well to win it back there. And can they knock it down the other end? Šakić had an opportunity of knocking down to 3, and Žižić is fouled. Now, Tenerife came into this match as one of 14 sides in the Basketball Champions League who are unbeaten this season. They've won every single game domestically, and it's looking good for them at the moment to continue that impressive run. Žižić makes the first. He's got hold of the ball underneath. He's looked really dangerous as Žižić. They just haven't got enough ball to him, I don't think. And we're into the final 25 seconds or so. Tenerife may just look to try and hang on to this ball for as long as they can to give Cibona as little opportunity to go down the other end and try and make a score themselves. Yeah, well done by Žižić. Just going to see what the call is, and I think the ball has gone to Cibona. I think the shot clock had already expired. So they've got 4.8 seconds to try and inbound and get the ball up the other end of the court. Can they make 3? Well, he's thrown it up really ambitiously. Rebound by Dornekamp, and that will be that for the opening half here in Zagreb. And it's not going to plan so far for the home side. Iberostar Tenerife have started well. It was all caused by the shots being knocked down from Marius Grigonis in the early stages, but unfortunately for him, he's rolled his right ankle and had to sit out most of that second quarter. It'll be interesting to see whether we see him at all in the second half. There he is, as you can see, fully bandaged and strapped up, and whether he will be risked in this second half, I'm not so sure. It doesn't seem too much sense really, especially as they're leading the match quite convincingly. Fans certainly have enjoyed the first half of basketball here in the inaugural 2016 Basketball Champions League. And they'll enjoy it even more if they can try and close this game when the third quarter begins, because at the moment they're just allowing Iberostar Tenerife too many cheap shots, and they're certainly taking advantage of that. Everyone's contributing as well in an Iberostar Tenerife shirt. Aaron Dornekamp has played well. And let's take a look at the first half highlights. Well, welcome back, everybody, to the Drazen Petrovic Basketball Centre here in the city of Zagreb. And the group stage games of this season's inaugural FIBA Basketball Champions League have now begun. And it is Cibona Zagreb hosting Iberostar Tenerife, and it will be the Spanish side who will be the happier of the two after the first half. They lead by 44 points to 31 and really have been in control of that first half right from the very first whistle. Cibona, you just felt were always fighting to try and stay close to Tenerife. And it's difficult to see really how they can turn this match around. They trail by 13. And Iberostar have had a lot of players all chip in. Dornekamp's got 10 points. He's been fantastic. But the big issue for them and the major concern, even though they are winning by 13, is that Marius Grigonis, who absolutely flew out of the blocks in that first quarter, knocked down a couple of early threes. But he landed really awkwardly on his right ankle. And you could see when we watched the replay, he just went right over on it. And as the two sides went off at half-time, you could actually see that he had his shoe and his sock off, and his right ankle was fairly heavily bandaged, and he couldn't put any weight on it at all. So I don't think we're going to be seeing the big Lithuanian in this second half. And well, let's just hope for his sake and for Tenerife's sake that he's not out for a particularly long time. Big part of the way they play. But Cibona, well, they've done okay. They just need to try and make a few more stops. They need to tighten up defensively. They've shot the ball all right. Shakic has got 8 points. Marinelli's got 6. He's 3 from 4 from the field. They need to try and get Ante Žižić involved more often. He's got 7 points so far. He's only taken 3 shots. He's made 1 of those. Has got 7 boards though. So the second half back underway as Cibona look to try and eat into this 13-point Tenerife lead. Shakic into Žižić, that's where they want him, just couldn't quite get the left-hander to go. And a defensive rebound from Beran. That's beautiful. Mamadou Niang is there to put the ball home, and 6 points for the big man. 15-point lead now. Johnson, good defense from Iberostar Tenerife, and they've turned it over of Cibona. Not the start that they were after, coming straight out of the blocks in this second half. Niang looking for the screen. Tries to set up the long corner 3. It will be a Tenerife ball with just 6 seconds left on the shot clock. There's the informed Dornekamp. Shot clock down to 3 seconds. He throws up the 3. Well, why not? The form he's been in. He can't get this to go, and Johnson grabs the board. Johnson allowed to go around the whole length of the corner, rejected. Tenerife have started this second half brilliantly, and now it's a foul called on Joksimovic. His second foul. Pretty cynical one as well on San Miguel. Terrific block down the other end though by Abromatis. Here's Beran. Trying to do it all himself, very nearly makes it, and good board by Ante Žižić. Good battle between him and Mamadou Niang, the two big men on the floor. Beran Steals it back though for Tenerife. It's been a terrible start to this second period. A beautiful pass as well, the length of the court. And it's put away by Abramotis, his 9th point of the game, and it's now out to a 17-point game here. Tenerife have flown out of the blocks in this second half, and it's another turnover for Cibona, who have started just horribly here. And a timeout is called, perhaps unsurprisingly. Wonderful pass from Beran. Good hands as well from the big man. Javier Beran, he's the son of Jose Manuel Beran, who won a silver medal at the 1984 Summer Olympics. He's recently signed a new 2-year contract extension as well as Javier Beran with Iberostar. He will not be a happy man. The Cibona coach, Damir Miljemerovic, all his work and words that he would have told his side at half-time have basically gone out the window, the start they've made here. See so many Iberostar Tenerife players contributing. Dornacamp with 10, Abramotis with 9, Grigonis with 8. There's all of them joining in. Makes it so difficult for Cibona to deal with, because it's not just 1 or 2 men that you're trying to mark out of the game. When you've got 4 or 5 that can all score, it makes it so difficult on the defensive end. So 48-31, 17-point game. 2.5 minutes played in this third quarter. Beran, good ball movement. Oh, and he's done beautifully, he almost banks it in. Rebound grabbed by Niang and he puts it away. $19-point game. Is there any way back for Cibona? They need to try and find something, and they need to find it quickly. Throws up the floater and doesn't get the roll. And rebounded by Tenerife. Look to come straight up the other end. Throws it into Beran. Well, they're out to a 6-0 run in this second half. Oh, Tenerife. Zizic, Niang almost stole the ball back there. Difficult shot and nowhere near. Rebound grabbed by Dornacamp. Dornacamp, lovely bounce pass, dunked home. And Tim Abramotis has started this second half beautifully, and he's got 11 points now. And it's now a 21-point game. What a start to this second half by Iberostar Tenerife. What a pass that was as well. And that is what the fans like to see. First dunk of the match. But all the credit must go to Dornacamp. Here's Paolo Marinelli. Shakic just came off the foot, but fell nicely to Marinelli. Only 21 years of age, Paolo Marinelli. Thought about the 3, takes on the really difficult long 2 and nowhere near. Grabbed by San Miguel. Trying really difficult shots. Alley-oop looking for Niang and he puts it away. What a start this has been for Iberostar Tenerife, and we've played almost 5 minutes in this third quarter, and Cibona are still yet to score. It's a 10-0 run now. Thought about the 3. Joksimovic throws up the floater and finally gets it to go. After a barren start, Joksimovic gives them a bit of hope, closes it to 21. San Miguel, lovely pass to Niang, and he very nearly made it a three-point play. Foul is called on Rosic, and Niang is looking more and more dangerous in this second half. He's getting into those areas in the post and underneath where he can really cause Cibona a lot of problems. We've now got 3 in double figures of Tenerife as Niang misses the first. He's got 10. He's 5 from 5 as well, Mamadou Niang. Prometis is 4 from 5. He's got 11. Makes the second. Fran Vasquez just trying to encourage his team, trying to tell them not to let their foot off the gas as Niang just takes a breather, and a well-deserved one as well, the way he started. Fran Vasquez, 30 years of age. By Iberan. Set a screen for Davin White, and he throws it up back to Vasquez, who should have made it. That's a poor miss from Fran Vasquez. He was originally drafted by the Orlando Magic back in 2005 for his Vasquez. As the jumper doesn't go and Vasquez is there on the rebound. But he decided to remain in the Spanish ACB, which allegedly enraged the Orlando Magic fans, as he was expected to join Dwight Howard in the front court for the Magic. Beran, beautifully done. Another 2. 6 points for Javier Beran, 24-point game now. Joksimovic. Šakić tried to find his teammate, but he couldn't quite take it in. And it's another turnover. And when you're 24 points back, you can't really afford fairly cheap turnovers. Bassas. Davin White, but Tenerife will keep hold of the ball. And I think it's a timeout being called. No. Davin White will inbound. 10 seconds left on the shot clock. Beran thought about the long 3. He's going to have to do something with it now because time is running out. 2 seconds remaining. Beautiful pass. Open 3 from the corner and count it. Brilliantly done again. And it's Abramotis who now has 14 points. And this has just been an exceptional, a breathtaking start from Tenerife to start this second half. They've just taken the game away from Cibona. Foul is called on Fran Vasquez, who became the top blocker in Liga ACB history recently after he surpassed the record of 671 blocks made by Fernando Romay. That's the overhead put away from Beran. Zizic hasn't really been able to get in the game. He's got 4 black shirts around him. That won't help things, and now they've only got 4 seconds to try and get the shot away, Cibona. Great defense. It's a really difficult 3. Tries to bank it in. Zizic almost got the rebound. A great defense again from Iberostar Tenerife. They're just forcing Cibona to take such difficult shots. Seven-point lead though, with just under 3 left in this third quarter. Javier Beran just takes a sit down. Sass all the way to the hoop and makes it. Only 24 years of age, Flan Bassassi, signed from Oviedo this year. Jumper doesn't go. Dornekamp there on the rebound, and foul called on Marinelli. Again, it's another tough shot that Tenerife have forced them to make. I think they just perhaps need to try and become a little more patient. Cibona, they're trying shots that maybe aren't there. Dornekamp is in plenty of space, but Davin White couldn't find him because he was fouled by Joksimovic. His third foul now. A beautiful pass, no one's tracked him. Open three and count it. It's just getting better and better from Tenerife, and it's Aaron Dornekamp there once again. "13 points for Dornekamp. Great pass. Again, the defense is just nowhere to be seen, and it's an offensive board this time from the Canadian. Davin White somehow managed to keep hold of it as well, and they finally get the rebound. Cibona 32 points behind now. It's nicely done, throws it up, can't make it though, and Davin White is there to grab the board. Great hands to Dornekamp. It's all aboard the showboat now. Little tricks and flicks coming out. Davin White steps back for the three, nearly makes it. Final 60 seconds of the third quarter. And it's been one that has been totally and utterly dominated by Iberostar Tenerife. 21-2 in the third quarter. Throws up the three, it's nowhere near. Look how much space Davin White's got, and he just knocks down the open three. Not a defender in sight. And Davin White now has 6. And it's now a 35-point game. I don't know what has happened to Cibona in this second half. $21.8. More like a training match at times for Tenerife in this third quarter. Just open looks for three, and well, Žižić is fouled, so he'll go and shoot 2. He actually shoots 3 and makes all 3 of them. Ante Žižić. And they'll also keep possession. So they've closed it to 32. Davin White very nearly steals it away. Žižić is there to keep the ball for Cibona. Just about got it away, did he? I think they may well just want to have a look at this. It was very close to the shot clock violation. Just going to try and see whether he got the shot away in time. Good thing about basketball is that they do use the video technology, and no, he didn't. You can see the backboard is lit up in red, and that will not count. So that's the end of the third quarter, and well, they have just been blown away, have Cibona, in that quarter. It was just an absolute joy to watch from Iberostar Tenerife. 24-5 they won that third quarter. They've scored over 20 points in each quarter now, but to reduce Cibona to just 5 was terrific defense, and well, as you can see, their numbers are really good. Over 50% from the 2-point range. They're 10 from 20 from 3 as well. Pretty close on the rebound front. Look at the assists though, 4 to 21 in Tenerife's favour, and the turnovers as well doesn't make pretty reading for Cibona. 14 turnovers, Tenerife just 4. So let's have a look at the highlights. Mamadou Niang started really well. He found himself in some really good positions. Atromatis as well. Beautiful pass from Aaron Dornekamp as Atromatis knocks it down again. Joksimovic at least did a little bit of damage on the scoreboard front. Niang there again. Just got to question the Cibona defense though. The marking at times non-existent, and we're now into the final quarter, and it is Iberostar Tenerife with a 32-point advantage, 68-36. Miguel looking for Niang. They've turned it over. This could be a remarkable comeback if they are able to get back into this fixture, Cibona. They need to start like Tenerife started the third quarter. Ante Žižić, not really involved today. His older brother, Andrea Žižić, has given it away again. He's a former basketball player. He played over 100 EuroLeague games and actually won the EuroLeague championship with Maccabi Tel Aviv. You sense that if Ante Živic's career goes as expected, he could well surpass his elder brother's titles. Throws down the long 3 and makes it. So much confidence for Šakić. 11 points. Well, they need a fair few more of those to Cibona, and they need plenty of stops down the other end here. Beran. Into Niang. Got to track the runners though. No one went with Niang there, and it's just such a simple put away. Just far too easy. Had no idea where Niang had gone. Roger Johnson, good offensive rebound by Žižić and puts it back. Closes it to 29. 12 points for Ante Žižić. Javier Beran. Good ball movement from Tenerife. Niang again down low, terrific passing, and that is a beautiful finish as well. Just great teamwork by Tenerife, moving the ball so quickly, and Cibona just don't look as though they can cope with it. Will Hanley with his 4th point of the game. Žižić up against Niang. He is fouled. Foul is called on Bassas. Well, I think Tenerife have dealt with Zizic really well. I think they know that he is their danger man, and they just haven't really let him settle into this match at all. Every time he gets it, he's surrounded by black shirts. Makes both from the line. Beautiful pass to Niang again, and he just doesn't get the roll with his dominant hand, his left hand. So they've got the stop. Can they go and make one down the other end? Long three put up and just rolls out, but last touch off Niang, so Cibona will get the ball back. Nicely done, rejected by Niang, who's just having a wonderful game on both ends of the court. Mamadou Niang read the danger, knocks it away. Throws up the three. Niang is there on the defensive board this time, and awful pass given straight back to Cibona. Niang looks absolutely exhausted, doesn't he? And well, you can't blame him, he's been everywhere today. This was the block down the other end. So Cibona's next match, as it looks as though Cibona have now got a nasty injury themselves. It's Amir Suljamanovic who is rather gingerly limping away. So yeah, Cibona's next match is a week today, next Tuesday, and they head to Serbia to take on Megalex. So that will be their match day 2. And as for Iberostar Tenerife, they play next Wednesday, so they've got 1 day's extra rest, and they are taking on KK Morna, but at home, so they will be in Spain as Dornkamp just couldn't quite bring the ball into his grasp to get away the 3. San Miguel, Niang wants it played inside again. Good ball movement again from Tenerife, and well, they just can't cope at the moment, Cibona. Good foul, I suppose, in the end from Gospic. Oh, Niang does brilliantly well, and they turn it into a 3-point play, and it's Mamadou Niang who's causing havoc again. It's the put away from Ferran Bassas, but Niang grabbed the offensive rebound and allowed Bassas to knock it down. They go for the long 3 and made it. Really long 3. And I suppose Elijah Johnson is just thinking, well, I might as well go for broke here. So far behind. 75-47 with 6 minutes to go. Throws up, looking for the alley-oop. Good defense by Cibona. Now Shakic trying to lay it in and does so. San Miguel just couldn't quite get back. Shakic with 13 points now. It's been one of the shining lights in this Cibona side. good news for you watching at home is that you'll be able to keep track of the Basketball Champions League every Tuesday and Wednesday, right up until the end of the tournament, which is not until the end of April. Is when the final weekend is. Match days every week, every Tuesday, every Wednesday. Join us to watch some terrific European basketball. Dornekamp, full of confidence, almost knocks it down. Rebounded though, and now a fast break in transition down the other end, and they made it as well. Good put away from Ante Gospic. His first points of the match. Close it to 24. That's better defense, not allowing them just easy baskets underneath. Shot clock running down. That's hit the foot though. This was the fast break down the other end. Good work from Gospic. Ferran Bassas is just going to take a seat, and we've got 5 minutes remaining of the ball game. Goes for the long three, and well rebounded by Cibona. It was Nick Slavica. Once again, they've charged up the other end, but they've turned it over, and now Javier Beran can bring it forward for Tenerife. Tenerife shouldn't really be in any rush to force proceedings. They're in the driver's seat here. They just need to play sensible basketball for the remaining 4.5 minutes or so and just try and see this game out. Shot clock is ticking down. Couldn't get the bank shot to go, and does well to bring in the rebound. Elijah Johnson, well, he's knocked down one long three. He's tried it again. Can't get this one to go. And he joined Cibona in August of this year, did Elijah Johnson. Was playing in the Turkish Basketball Second League last season. And I think a goaltending has been called. And they're going to count the two. Dornekamp. San Miguel has used the ball so well today for Iberostar. Shot clock down to 4, couldn't quite get the shot to go, but was fouled anyway by Johnson. And that's his 5th foul for Elijah Johnson. So Johnson will be fouled out, and we'll have to go and take a seat. Looks pretty dejected, doesn't it? San Miguel will shoot a couple. Yeah, makes both. Well, watching this match, you can certainly tell why Iberostar Tenerife are unbeaten in their domestic league this season as well. So many of their players just look full of confidence. Another beautiful pass, just couldn't quite get it to roll. Nick Slavica. Double team, stolen. And he'll collect the foul. Yeah, Iberostar last year, they finished down in a rather disappointing 9th position in their domestic league. So they must be really confident of surpassing that this season. Although it will be difficult for them to try and manage the rather hectic and congested fixture schedule with the weekly Champions League fixtures. So Gospic makes the first. Close to 22 now. I suppose they've done well to keep it relatively respectable in the end. Cibona, at one stage it looked as though they could be facing a 40-50 point loss here. Javier Beran. Look good today, Javier Beran. Lovely no-look pass, shot clock counting down, and another three made. This time it's Tim Abromatis who's been absolutely terrific today. 3 from 3 from downtown. Open three. Can't get it to go, that's the difference. Ante Gospic it was who was off target. And it's fouled. Marinelli picking up. He was just allowed to take the three, San Miguel. He wasn't going to pass up that opportunity, and well rebounded by Cibona to come down the other end. Gospic again. Well defended by Beran, and they've stolen it back here. Tenerife, and the pass all the way down court, and Niang is there to dunk it home. So good in transition. Iberostar Tenerife 15 now for Mamadou Niang, who has been just an utter handful today. Only 22 years of age, Mamadou Niang from Senegal. You can see him screaming for it. Terrific pass from Beran. 6 assists for Beran now. Just running the game. And we've got just under 90 seconds remaining here. 90 seconds for Cibona just to try and keep going. It's always horrible to start a new tournament and a new campaign in this manner. And Cibona now, if they didn't know beforehand that the Basketball Champions League is going to be a tough season for them, and they certainly do now. Whereas conversely for Iberostar Tenerife, this will just flood them with confidence going forward. Shot clock is down to 3, needs to get the shot off. San Miguel throws up the loopy 3 and makes it. Brilliant from San Miguel. 8 points for him now, and that's as good as it gets. Into the final 60 seconds. Stolen away again, this time from Abromatis. Niang sets the screen. Niang wants it played into it. That's exactly what he does. Great pass, just couldn't get it to go. With the shot clock getting down, we've got 25 seconds remaining of the match. 30-point game. Shot clock down to 4. Needs to try and get the shot away if he can, just surrounded by black shirts. Does well to get it off before the buzzer. Gospic, who's done well in this second half. 6 points for him now, and they will just wind down the clock, and that will be that. It is absolutely emphatic from Iberostar Tenerife. At half-time, it was still relatively close. Cibona was still in with a chance. But in the second half, Tenerife just blew them away, especially in that third quarter. 24-5, they won the third quarter. And in the end, it's led to an 80... 57 victory for Iberostar Tenerife over Cibona. It's the perfect start for them on the road as well for the Spanish side. And Cibona, well, they couldn't really do a great deal about it. I think sometimes you just have to admit that you've been beaten by a better side. And I think that's exactly what's happened today. And they did it as well without Marius Grigonis, their star Lithuanian player, who unfortunately picked up an injury halfway through the second quarter, so we didn't see him at all in the second half. They'll be hoping that that injury isn't too serious. So Cibona will just go and applaud their fans that have come out to support them today. And I'm sure even the Cibona supporters at times enjoyed the basketball that Iberostar Tenerife were showing. As there is Grigonis, you can see that right ankle heavily strapped. And let's hope that he is okay, as Ante Zizic looks like he's just going to go out and do an interview as we look at the stats. And well, Tenerife just better in every department really, other than the free throws. They shot over 50% from two-point range, 44% from beyond the arc. Would like to improve their free throws, just 7 from 13 made. Cibona good from there, 77%. They were out-rebounded as well, actually, were Tenerife 37 to 35. Difference in assists, vast, 26 assists for Tenerife, just 8 for the Croatian side, and a big difference in turnovers as well. 18 turnovers for Cibona, just 8 for the Spanish side. 4 blocks as well, a few of those from Mamadou Niang, who was exceptional both defensively and offensively. 15 points, a couple of boards as well for Niang. But Abromatis was certainly the star man. 17 points, he also had 6 rebounds. Dornekamp with 9 boards, and Zizic leading the way once again for Cibona. He couldn't quite repeat his match that he had domestically on the weekend, where he had 37 points and 20 boards, but 14 points and 9. Not a bad return for Ante Zizic. But a perfect start for Tenerife, who host KK Morna next Wednesday. Cibona travel to Megalex. As we take a look at the highlights, and well, it was just an absolute superb third quarter performance from the away side, and as you can tell from the start, Mamadou Niang heavily involved, as was Ibromatis, knocking down a couple of dunks from underneath. Brilliant passing from Aaron Dornekamp as well, a couple of assists for him. Joksimovic did his best to try and keep it close for Cibona, but again, Niang just completely unmarked underneath, puts away the 2 again. It was a fairly common theme in the third quarter, Niang just hanging underneath the basket, just getting so many easy looks. Bayran played well as well. They just couldn't handle the quick passing, the quick movement of Iberostar. Look at that, and just knocks down the 3. Another just wide open 3, Davin White, nowhere near him, Marinelli, on defense. And that was the difference. It was almost as though they kind of just gave up a little bit in that third quarter. Niang once again setting the screen, moving away, no one tracking his run, and Zizic looking angry and frustrated at how much time Niang had. Zizic did well. He did look dangerous. There's Niang on the defensive end as well, blocking the ball away beautifully from Mamadou Niang, the big Senegalese man. Elijah Johnson tried his luck from long range and did knock down a good 3. This was a nice fast break from Shakic and Johnson. Another wide open 3 from Ibromatis. Just really need to sharpen up defensively, do Cibona. So many times, look at that again, just Niang in so much space. Lovely touch pass to him from Javier Beran. Gospic did well as well in the fourth quarter. He picked up a few points, Ante Gospic. But there we go. The full-time result here. And it was a very one-sided encounter indeed here at the Drazen Petrovic Basketball Centre. The first round of the group stage of the 2016 Champions League.